As Quebec's secularism law, Bill 21, goes before the Supreme Court of Canada later this month, many Quebecers who wear religious symbols will be watching closely. Although some legal experts say it's unlikely, there's a chance the court could overturn the law. These Quebecers have been living with the effects of it and other secularism laws, and they're frustrated. It started with Bill 21, passed in 2019. It bans some civil servants from wearing religious symbols. That's mainly affecting teachers, and there's no better example than Amrit Kaur. She grew up in Quebec and graduated with a bachelor's in education the same day the bill was adopted in 2019, hoping to teach here.
That wasn't possible. I had to literally put my career aspirations in Quebec on a pause, go to BC so I could practice and be a teacher. And had it not been for this bill, I think I would have been, a contributing member to Quebec society.
Bill 21 includes an acquired rights clause, so teachers who wear religious symbols and were employed when the bill passed could keep their jobs. But even teachers with those acquired rights have seen their careers limited.
I wanted to go back to uni and study to be a principal, but this limits my freedom of choice. I cannot choose to have any higher position. I can only be a teacher until I retired, in fact.
Now, the Supreme Court case over Bill 21 isn't directly about whether or not these measures should be allowed. When the CAQ government passed a law, it preemptively invoked the constitutional notwithstanding clause. The court case hinges on whether or not the government had the power to do that. I've done a whole other video about that. But since Bill 21, the CAQ government has done the same thing with new, tighter secularism laws. And the outcome of the Bill 21 case will also affect those laws. One of them is Bill 94, adopted in 2025, which extends the religious symbol ban to all school staff and even parent volunteers. In January, some school boards started sending out emails to parents saying that those who wore religious symbols could no longer volunteer in schools. And in recent weeks, dozens of school staffers, mostly lunch and after-school monitors, have either been fired, suspended, or decided to resign because they've refused to comply with the law and remove their religious symbols at work. Saba Khan started volunteering in the library at her kids' school 8 years ago when no one else was available.
I stepped up and I said that I would open up the library and help. And after years of doing that, I'm being told not to come in. That was just a lot. That was very, very hurtful, and I felt really bad.
Asma Qureshi also volunteers at her daughter's school, where she's been helping to organize a lunch for graduates, even donating all the food.
That was one of the things I think that hit me hard, is that when I asked if I would be able to participate in that event and be there to distribute the food, I was told that I wouldn't be able to because of my hijab.
For other parent volunteers, the new rules have left them feeling anxious and confused. Like when Pavandeep Meghon was parked in front of his kid's school and saw another car stuck in the snow.
And my first gut instinct, knee-jerk reaction is to go out and help. And I'm sitting there going, well, am I allowed to? Is this considered volunteering? If I go and push a car out of the snow?
Many of these people are fighting back. Kaur and Chelby are among those challenging Bill 21 in court.
If I don't fight for my rights, nobody's going to do it for me. At the end of my career, I think it is important that I do it not only for me, but for all the next generation.
I see my son as a future student, and I would never want him to be disbarred from a job or studying something or any position in society just because of the way he looks.
Parents who've recently been told they can't volunteer are starting to speak out and hoping the court and politicians are listening.
I really hope that our government will realize that, we are also a part of Quebec, and that this does a lot of damage to the community, which is all of us as well. All of us that wear hijab, turbans, kippas, you name it.
So I'm hoping that this can be overturned with a big picture of, let's grow together, let's build together, let's, have a better place.
The CAQ government is maintaining its position that schools should be separate from religion and that everyone is welcome as long as they leave their religious symbols behind.
They could have very well decided to take off their religious sign during working hours. They decided not to do that. They decided not to respect the law, and therefore it's their decision and unfortunately they have to bear the consequences of their own personal choice.